What's up, everybody? It's your host, Dan Ubiaba, and I'm back with another podcast episode, man. Last time he was here in the podcast, the number one seed, Cleveland Cavaliers, was down 0-2. Boston Celtics was down 0-2. Stephen Curry just hurt his hamstring, and it was the beginning. I believe it was 1-1 in OKC. 1-1 in OKC. But, man, it's been a lot to update, man. Cleveland Cavaliers, as a 64 win team, got knocked out the second round to the Indiana Pacers in 5 games. Game 3, they won Game 3 by 22, but then they got embarrassed Game 4. Uh, Indiana Pacers is just a great team all across the board, man. They're deep. Indiana Pacers is a deep team, a really deep team. And Donovan Mitchell just didn't have the help that he wanted. He had his 40s and 30-point games, and then he got hurt Game 4, I believe he got hurt Game 4. Yeah, he got hurt Game 4. Got hurt Game 4. It was still no hope from the others. Evan Mobley didn't show up. Garland hasn't shown up the whole series. Ty Jerome off the bench didn't show up. DeAndre Hunter. Like, it's just no hope from the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Indiana Pacers took advantage of it, man. Indiana took advantage of it. Tyrese Halliburton closed out the game with 31-8 in Game 5, I believe. I low-key thought Cleveland was going to win Game 6. Honestly, I thought they were going to win Game 6, but they started off hot. I think they were up 19. They blew a lot of games. Cleveland blew a lot of games. It was crazy that they went 0-3 at home this series. Couldn't get now one win after being up 19. Look, Max Strus had 0 points as a starter. Garland had 11 points. It was just Mitchell, man. It was literally just Mitchell. Mobley came about, but it wasn't enough, man. The Indiana Pacers, man, their whole starting five was giving you 10 plus. I guarantee you, their whole starting five averaged at least 10 plus, man. Miles Turner will have a game. Siakam, Naismith, Halliburton, Nembhard. Just a tough squad, man. And they got Ben Mathurin off the bench, and he barely played some of the games. He barely played, and that's just a key piece, man. So Indiana winning that series was a shock because a lot of people have Boston winning that easily in 5 or 6 games, 7 games. But Indiana proved them wrong. Indiana's moving on. Looking forward to playing either a rematch from last year's semifinals with the Knicks or a rematch of the conference finals versus the Celtics, man. If we go on to the Celtics series as well, man. Celtics series, they were down 2-0. Then they won that game in Indiana. Not in Indiana, in New York. I said it for both series, Indiana and New York series, that they were gonna win one game at home. They were cooked. They were really cooked. Especially, let's go back to the Cavs real quick. The Cavs were really cooked by not playing those guys Game 2 when they were already down. They should have played. Mobley should have played. Garland should have played. They overlooked Indiana. That's all I should say about Cleveland. They really overlooked Indiana. They didn't respect Indiana. They thought their home court was going to do something. But Indiana's been there before, man. It was not a fluke what Indiana has done. But transitioning back to the Knicks and Boston series, man. Boston was down 0-2, blew 20-point leads back-to-back games. Then, Game 3, they showed up and won that by 22. Jason Tatum, 22 points. Peyton Pritchard showed up and had 23. But it's been Kristaps Porzingis has been the key factor for the Boston Celtics so far. He hasn't been himself. Drew Holiday looks like he's regressing. Horford can't guard Cat right now. And Jalen Brunson's been a problem. In the fourth quarter, if the game is close, Jalen Brunson has been a problem. Game 4 was quite a great game, man. I thought I had the Knicks winning that game, but I thought the Celtics could have took it at the end. But Knicks walked them down in the fourth quarter. They had a strong third quarter. The Knicks had a strong third quarter. Boston was up as many as 14. Walked through down. Jason Tatum had a great game. He had 42 points before getting hurt. We'll talk about the injury in a second. Jaylen Brown had 20. Okay game. He had 20 points. Derek White, 23. Kristaps Porzingis, 7 points. All hold for 5 points. Drew Holiday, 4. They need more from the other guys, bro. They need more from the other guys. Jalen Brunson just went nuts that game, man. He knew he couldn't lose again at the crib. Ended the game with 39 and 12. Cat had 23 and 11. Mikal had 23 points, 4 steals. OG 20. Like, the role players stepped up that game. They stepped up. But, man, Jason Tatum, man, I was watching the fourth quarter. When I seen him fall on the ground, I'm thinking it was a sprained ankle. I didn't really see it because I was like, I really didn't see it. So then people in the group chats, Twitter talking about it's the A word. We don't like to say that word before it's confirmed, but yeah, everybody was saying it's the A word. It's the A word. This. I'm like, dang. I'm thinking it's a sprained ankle. But then I seen the replay. It was a non-contact injury. So when you see those, you hope the best, but it's the worst, bro. Jason Tatum tore his Achilles game 4, man. Game 4. The game was out of reach at that time. I believe they were still gonna lose even if he stayed on because it was 2 minutes left. But it sucks for Jason Tatum, man. 27 years old, in the prime of his career, tore his my bad, not an ACL. If I said ACL before, tore his Achilles, man. He was balling out that game too. And I honestly thought, man, they could low-key win this in 7 if he keeps playing like this. He low-key could bring him back from 3-1. I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks blew a 3-1 lead with Tatum. But, man, it was crazy. Jason Tatum tore his Achilles. He's the second player in this playoffs that tore his Achilles. Damian Lillard tore it earlier. And we won't be seeing them two next year. Dame's at the end of his career, damn near. He's 34. He might come back at 36, 35, depending. That's a little shaky for Dame. But Jason Tatum, I'm expecting Jason Tatum to have a full, strong comeback. It's going to be interesting to see how explosive he will be when he comes back. It's going to be tough. His quick burst, it will be tough It's going to be tough for him in the beginning, but it's going to be interesting how the Celtics do next year. Even though their season isn't over right now, they're still down 3-2. They won their Game 5 game. Derek White stepped up. Derek White had 34, 7 for 13 from 3. Jaylen Brown, 26 and 12. Wow. Porzingis only 1 point. That's crazy. Kristaps, that's really crazy. But Praying Pitcher, 17 points. He stepped up off the bench. But Boston right now, they need all the bench support, man. And the Knicks is really it's in the Knicks' hands now. Because if it goes to Game 7, you don't know what can happen in Game 7 for the Knicks. The Knicks got to close them out. They got to close them out tomorrow, bro. Tomorrow night in New York. Friday night in New York, got to close them out. Everybody's going to be there. The superstars are going to be there. They got to close them out. Jalen Brunson can't foul out again. I heard he had 5 fouls in 1 quarter. I don't know if that's true or not. But he ended with 22 points. Mikal Bridges can't have 9 in a must-win. OG Anunoby can't be 1 for 12 shooting. Josh Hart, 24 points, not bad. But you got to be more for them if they want to advance. I hope they don't blow this 3-1 lead without Tatum, because that would be bad. That would be a bad look for New York. It would be a real bad look for New York. But Knicks got to continue to play through Brunson, man. Just keep playing through Brunson. But it's going to be a lot harder than Knicks to guard Boston because, man, they took it out one of their best players. So it's going to be less ISO. It's going to be more ball movement. That's why I feel like how Boston won Game 5. Boston looked better without Tatum. I wouldn't say they looked better, but the ball was moving more. It wasn't sticking to ISO. So the Knicks got to adjust to that. OG, Mikal Bridges, they gotta be ready. Josh Hart defensively, stick Josh Hart on Drew Holiday, give him a little rest. But have Mikal and OG on Jaylen Brown, man. Jaylen Brown, Derek White. Those are two guys. Josh Hart could just be the one that's like play as the small four man. Play as the small four man, get the rebounds. But yeah, man. Boston, I say Boston loses tomorrow, but if they win tomorrow, New York City should be worried. But Jaylen Brown, man, Finals MVP. Show them why you're worth $300 million, man. You've been winning your own team, supposedly. So hey, man, 26 is cool and all, but come back from this 3-win deficit, bro. Come back. We'll see though tomorrow night. We'll see how it goes tomorrow night. You got Game 6 tonight. Thunder versus the Nuggets. OKC is up 3-2. It's been a great series so far, man. Both of the top 2 MVP candidates been going at it. All been close games except for Game 2. All came down to the fourth quarter. OKC won the last 2 games of the fourth quarter. They're up 3-2, like I said. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander making tough buckets, man. Yeah, I remember I saw an and one on Jamal Murray. That was nasty. And then he had a pull-up 3. Get into the basket. Shai Gilgeous is nasty. And Nikola Jokic, man, 44, 15, and 5, man. He needs more though from his teammates. Michael Porter can't be a shooter and only have 2 points. Can't happen. Jamal Murray, he had 28, but his shooting percentage weren't too good. 10 for 27, 3 for 13. He has to be better. Westbrook has to be better off the bench. They don't have a bench at all, so their bench got to be ready to play when it's time for them to play. Aaron Gordon's been like their third best player or second best, you could say, man. 13 and 5 is not enough, but they're at home today, so you know the role player's going to be up. I expect Aaron Gordon to have a big game, 15 points, couple of threes, couple of rebounds. I can see that. Michael Porter has to show up tonight. I know it's a shoulder injury, but he has to show up tonight. Got to get some shots up, Michael Porter. And Nikola Jokic, man, you know what he's going to give you guys. You know he's going to give you. He only missed 8 shots, and 2 of them are threes. OKC, man. Shai Gilgeous, like I said, 31. Lou Dort hit clutch buckets in the fourth quarter. I think I saw like he hit 3 in the fourth quarter. J-Dubs played well. He played well. He had 18 and 9. Isaiah Hartenstein and Shake Holgren, they've been doing their best on Joker. But there's so much you could do versus the Joker. But Isaiah Hartenstein, man, give it up for him, man. He's guarding Joker pretty well, man. Shake's helping out too. Alex Caruso been amazing off the bench, man. It's been amazing. He's been amazing off the bench. It's going to be interesting. I wonder how the game's going to go tonight. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a close one towards the fourth, but OKC has to win today, bro. Game 7. Wait. Game 7 back at their crib. That's cool, but you don't want to go to Game 7 versus the Joker. Anything can happen, bro. Shai Gilgeous has to have a masterclass of a performance tonight. He has to, and I feel like he will be. He will have a masterpiece tonight. Golden State Warriors versus Minnesota Timberwolves. Golden State lost in 5 games, man. Last time I said I hope it will be 2-2 going into Game 5. The Warriors failed Stephencurry, man. They couldn't get 1 win without Stephencurry, bro. Couldn't get 1 win. Game 3 was their game to win. Jonathan Kuminga had 30 points in Game 3. Jimmy Butler had 33 points in Game 3. That was their game to win. But they couldn't close that game out. Buddy Hield had 14 points. Could have been more. Brandon Podolski's been terrible that series. I said that. He's been terrible. 1 for 4, 1 for 10 shooting. What is that, bro? Like, Warriors got so many unplayable players, and like I can't believe Kuminga was getting DMPs. Like, Kuminga's their second best scorer without Curry, bro. He was getting to the basket with ease versus the Timberwolves, bro. Talk. It's crazy because the Warriors aren't going to keep Kuminga. They don't want Kuminga. and that's pissing me off because he's their future, bro. But Warriors got a lot of decisions to make this summer, man. Gary Payne's a free agent. I think he's gonna go. His defense hasn't been up to par this playoffs. Kevon Looney, I don't know about Kevon Looney. I think he might just be a vet guy they keep around. Because he had his games versus Houston, but I don't think he played well, honestly, versus the Wolves to get us a dub, obviously. Moses Moody, now he re-signed his contract, but he was non-playable this whole series. Man, the playoffs, honestly. But Draymond Green, he could have played better, bro. Game 3, he sold Game 3, honestly. 6 fouls, 5 turnovers. He played well Game 3. They win that game, honestly. Julius Randle's been a handful. Julius Randle probably been the most improved player in this playoff, man. He's been playing in the playoffs amazingly. 2 great series. I'm proud of him. He's a Calipari guy. You know, I'm a big supporter of John Calipari, so I'm always rooting for Julius Randle. But Anthony Edwards, you know him, man. He's going to do his thing. 36. Jaden McDaniels played amazing this series as well. But Warriors, bro, they cost them so many games, bro. Like, Game 4, they allowed Randall and Edwards to get 30, bro. And Jimmy Butler, you can't even get 20? Like, come on, Jimmy. Like, they said Game 4, Jimmy was sick. Man, y'all heard about the flu game stories, but, like, Jimmy, this is your old team. They booing you every time you touch the ball. You can't even get a dub, bro. You can't get 1 dub. Like, you went to Golden State and got 0. Y'all went home and y'all got 0 dubs, bro. Like, how, bro? That's like the first time the Warriors never got a home win in a series. And like everybody trying to say Ant beat Curry, Ant this, Curry. Like Curry ain't playing. Curry played. It would have been a different story, bro. But that's crazy how that was the first time the Warriors never won a home game in the series. Like Brandon Podesky, Game 4, shot 3 for 14, 0 for 4 for threes. Like, how is Draymond having more points than you, bro? Come on, bro. You're the shooting guard that we picked over Klay Thompson, bro. Literally, you're the guy that they picked over Klay Thompson. Gary Payton playing 16 minutes, 3 points. Like, dog. And then Kerr was just playing anybody, bro. He was playing, like, Kevin Knox is my guy, you know, Calipari guy. But, like, come on, you playing him, you playing Pete Spencer. Like, why don't the Warriors have a backup point guard, bro? Like, he literally played everybody on the roster, bro. I don't know. Kerr just literally sold this series, bro. He literally sold this series, bro. Game 5. Podolski wants to show up when it's too late. 11 for 19, 4 for 6. Jimmy Butler still can't give me 20. Buddy Hield can't even get hit a 3. Like, Kuminga's been like, Kuminga's probably the leading scorer of this series. I bet you if I find that out. NBA playoffs. I don't know how to find it. Can't even find it right now, but Kuminga is probably the leading scorer for the Warriors. I ain't gonna lie, in this series. There's so much inconsistency. Yesterday, Jimmy Butler only took 11 shots, but it was a must-win game at your old building that you talk shit about. You talk shit about them on television, bro. Interviews, they booing you and you don't do nothing, bro. And fans was talking about he a better fit than KD. Can't even get a game without Curry. Like, all Curry asked for was to get 1 win so he could come back for Game 6. He wanted it to be 2-2. 3-2, y'all giving him more pressure. 2-2 would have been perfect. They win Game 5. No, actually, no. Well, it would have had to be 3-2. Because they said he was coming back Game 6. But sucks, man. Warriors got to be out. And it's not even Curry's fault, bro. You can see he was just frustrated on the bench, bro. Just frustrated on the bench. But, man, shout out to the Timberwolves, man. I think they will lose to the Thunder when the Thunder advance. I think it will be Thunder versus the Pacers in a championship. I think the Pacers beat the Knicks. I think the Knicks close out Boston tomorrow, and I say Thunder close out the Nuggets tonight. The 6 games. I was almost right. I said 6 games for all the series, but never mind, I wasn't almost right. But man, playoffs been quite interesting so far, man. First seed's out in the East. First seed is 64 wins. Second seed is 61. That could be out. Jason Tatum's out for the season. Obviously, with the torn Achilles, going to be out for next year too. Rockets second seed out. Lakers third seed out. A lot of top seeds out. But hey man, we could talk about the draft real quick though. How rigged is the NBA at this point, bro? Dallas Mavericks 1.8 chance, and they get the first pick, gang. Then the Spurs get the second pick. Philly get third pick. Like, the top 3 teams, none of them deserve the first pick, bro. I feel bad for the Wizards, Jazz, and the Hornets. They not tanking. They're really trash. You can say they tanking, but they're really trash. Like, you don't get rewarded for being trash no more, bro. It's literally the luck of the lottery, bro. And I seen people talk about they should start doing the lottery in person instead of in the back, because, like, that's kind of fishy, though. That's kind of fishy. Like, how does the Mavericks out of all teams, Nico getting bashed by the fans, now he gets the first pick to get Cooper Flag. Maybe, knowing Nico, he might trade it to get Giannis or something, because Giannis is on the market. But Giannis could get flipped for the second pick and a 14th pick. And I say you throw in Vassell, you throw in Keldon Johnson. Bucks should try to do that trade. Bucks do that trade, then the Spurs win the championship. But I'm seeing a lot that they want to draft Dylan Harper with a 3. So they're going to have 3 guards, have Harper off the bench, I'm guessing. I don't know how that's going to work. They get 3 guards. I'm pretty sure they're not going to re-sign Chris Paul. That's what I'm pretty sure about. But that draft was interesting. The worst team in NBA got the 5th pick another 3 years in a row, bro. That's crazy. Pistons back-to-back years got the 5th pick. Now the Jazz got the 5th pick, the 3 worst teams. Like, ain't no point in tanking, bro. You literally just play to win, bro. Literally, pay to win. Like, Dallas. Like, everybody could have saw Dallas was winning when they announced the top 4. But, man, let me know what y'all think, man. Should Dallas trade the pick or keep it? Sign Cooper Flag? That'll be a tough team. Kyrie comes back in January with the torn ACL, around January, February. Klay Thompson, I know he's not the same Klay Thompson, but if he's still starting, that'll be a tough starting lineup. Cooper Flag got the 3. AD at his natural position at the 4. And then the 5, Dylan Grafford or Derek Lively, whoever starts. I say Lively should start. But it's crazy, though. Cooper Flag, bro. Like, I know he thought he was going to a trash team, bro. But he might go to Dallas. I know he probably wanted San Antonio, though, to play with Wemby. But I still thought they would have traded that. I really think San Antonio's in a win-now mode. They're going to try to flip it. I'm telling you, they're going to try to flip that 2nd and 14th pick, bro. They're going to try to flip it, bro, to get Giannis. If Giannis really wants to leave. But I heard Giannis wants to stay out east. That would probably be smart, bro. But it's crazy how the West is going to be so dominant, bro. Like, another year straight. All the top players are going to the West. Yeah, think about it in the draft. Last year, Zach's not a superstar. Wemby, 2023, he went there. 2022, who was first pick, 2022? Paulo went east. K went east. Ant, though. I mean, the West has still got the firepower, bro. Like, who would have thought the Pacers? Like, Pistons really had a chance. Like, Pistons really could have made it far, bro. Pistons really could have made it far if they would have won their games at the crib. Because the Pacers made it to the conference finals again. I'll be surprised if the Pistons make it to that bitch next year, bro. But, hopefully, like I said, Thunder closes out tonight. And the Knicks close them out tomorrow. Knicks can't blow that 3-2 lead without Tatum. They can't blow that. They blow that, it's bad. Shea Gildas close them out. Show them why you the MVP. Like, share, subscribe, and I'm out.